Tuck Tucker. Hello. How's it going? Good. What the hell was he just singing? All I heard was my big brown bull, ba 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 ba. My big brown bull. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for having me here. It's nice to be here. I feel a little blessed and lucky to be here because I recently flew to Florida, and this is what I saw on my flight. I got on the flight, walked up, I sat down, right? Get buckled in. I look out the little window. There's a mechanic underneath the wing of my plane doing this. He's going. I'm watching, I'm like, figure it out. Come on, you can do it. I swear to God, he does this. He goes, fuck it, go. I was like, what? No, don't fucking go, man. Put a screw in there, get some duct tape, get something. I hit the call button, I'm like, hi, yes, are we going to fuck it today? Or are we going to Florida? Florida's a round trip, fuck it is a one-way, I'm pretty sure. The wing falls off the plane on the fuck it trip. They tell you this too on your flight, which is very nice. In case of emergency water landing, your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device. Thank you. I got a question. Are we flying over Iowa today? What do you got in case of emergency cornfield landing there, Skippy? Can my seat cushion be used as a toilet? Because if this thing goes down, I'll be shitting myself. I need an emergency toilet seat. That's what I need. Last summer, I did a show for Skydive New England. So I did a comedy show for them. They let me jump out of one of their planes. Great idea, Tuck. I don't know if you've ever been skydiving, but the first time you go, you have to go tandem, which means when you jump out of the plane, there's another guy attached to your ass. I go jumping out of the plane with this guy on my ass. Suddenly, there's another guy over here filming us like it's a free-falling porno. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, if my chute doesn't open, I'm going to go hurling to the ground. I'm going to die with this guy on my ass. And when they find our bodies, it's going to look like I was riding bitch on that trip. Not good. I don't want that. Getting a little bit older. I'm getting a little bit older. I went to a party recently with my wife, a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds. Somebody thought it'd be a great idea to bring Twister. What? Knees were being dislocated, people were pulling hamstrings. Don't bring Twister, that's stupid, man. When you're 15, Twister's great. That's like sex in a box. When I was 15, I used to play with my neighbor Christy, man. I remember one game, she had right hand red and left hand green, and I had right and left balls blue. That game went. Fantastic. Yeah. Getting older, I can't remember. Like, I'm losing, my memory's not what it used to be. Like, you ever see someone you know their name, but the name doesn't come to you? Oh my God, I hate that, right? So I'm at the mall the other day, and I see this couple walking at me, and I'm like, well, I know them. What are their names? Come on, Tuck. And I just can't pull it out. I'm like, it's Martha. I'm like, it's David. And I have a 10-minute conversation with them, right? And then they leave. And I'm like, and it immediately comes to you. You're like, oh, Mom and Dad. It's been a while. They are good people. They are good people. Getting out of shape. Decided I would get in shape, right? Here's how out of shape I was getting once. I was yawning and pulling muscles. Watching TV, be like, just pulled a muscle in my neck. What the hell? Get me to Planet Fitness and get me on the neck machine. I need to do some sets. Right? I decided the best way to get in shape was to run a marathon, right? 26.2 miles. Not fun. I didn't know this, but at the end of a marathon, you can have no nipples. My buddy comes up to me, he goes, "Hey Chuck, I hear you're gonna run a marathon." He goes, "What are you gonna do with your nipples?" It's like, "Well, I was gonna bring them with me, thanks." "Where I run, my nipples run. What are you talking about?" He goes, "You don't know?" He goes, "The friction of your shirt will rub against your nipples and rip your nipples off." I was like, "What?" It's kind of a violent sport. Not even in football do you lose a nipple. Oh, did you hear Tom Brady's out? What happened? Hard tackle. Both of his nipples went flying off. The other thing that can happen in a marathon, and this is true, I'm sorry I have to tell you people this, but people shit themselves during marathons. I saw it happen. Mile 19, a guy passed me, he had shit himself, and I don't think he knew it. I was just sort of like, then I'm thinking, well, maybe I've shit myself and no one's told me. Like, hey, I need a shit check. Shit, am I all right? We all okay? That tells you how well of a marathoner I am, too. I was getting passed by the people that were shitting themselves. Not a real strong marathoner. And I don't care what you're doing in life, all right? If you shit yourself, you can go home. If you're 19 miles into a 26.2 mile run and you shit yourself, you didn't train hard enough. Come back next year, try it again. It's okay. It's tough. Getting old's tough. I'm a comic, make no money. I got a cracked tooth, right? I don't have enough money to get it fixed. My dentist is like, well, we don't have to put the most expensive material in there. You don't have to have gold. You don't have to have gold or silver. Look, what do you got in a nice mahogany? Let's throw a Scrabble tile in there. Give me a Z. Those are worth 10. My mother's getting older too. We don't let her drive anymore. We had to take the car away from her. Last week, she drove straight through a red light and hit a lake. She's a bad driver. She read an article about drive-by shootings. She thinks she's going to get shot while driving by people. Like, that's not how it works, Mom. I'm driving with her the other day, and this guy cut me off, right? And I was like, asshole. She's like, oh my God, don't do that. He could have a gun. He could shoot us. I'm like, he's on a bike. He doesn't have a gun. He's got 12 DUIs. Look, he's in shit kickers and holding a 12-pack of Bud. Every town's got that guy. He's got a mullet. Watch a lot of television. I was watching Discovery Channel, and they tell you, I was watching Shark Week, they tell you to defend yourself from a shark attack. Anybody know? Yeah, I hear it. Punch it in the nose. Couple things wrong with that. First off, I don't think sharks have noses, they have gills, I'm pretty sure. Secondly, have you ever tried to punch underwater? I have to fight this thing in slow motion on its turf. You're gonna lose. That's why the shark swims around your arms and fucking chomps half your body off. You ever seen a shark attack interview? They're like, well, like watching sports. I was watching ESPN2 the other day. They had on female bodybuilding. You seen that? Those guys are hot, huh? They interview them beforehand. They're like, tell us a little bit about yourself. My name's Kathy. I like to scrapbook and raise my kids. She's great. And then they're in bikinis and high heels and they march around and say, what the hell? That V shape in her neck really accentuates her Adam's apple. She's awesome. I'd never been deer hunting before. I've gone deer hunting once. I went with my buddy John, and John took deer urine and put it on himself. And then he took these fake antler out and he started. I'm like, John, what the hell are we doing, man? He goes, the urine and the antler attracts the deer. I'm like, okay. And it worked, man. Like, deer started kind of coming out of the woods, and I was like, that's amazing. You know, and then the way I think, I was like, wow, I wish it was that easy for guys to pick up girls. I wish we could go into a bar, put a little Appletini on us, get a couple of those Coach purses they love. I hear a break! My wife, I love my wife. She recently the other night, she looks at me and she goes, honey, we really need to start having date nights. And I was like, oh my God, you are the best wife in the world. Who are you going to date? Because I have my eye on this girl down at the bank. It's not what she meant. That's my wife right there. She gets very upset with that joke. What are you gonna do? Every time she storms out. How many people in here have children, kids? Have we procreated? Excellent. I don't know if we're treating kids that well in this country. I'll tell you, man, I saw a woman the other day walking her kid on a dog harness. Walking him like a little poodle. I was like, this isn't right. This is some kind of, cruel and unusual punishment. So I was going to go tell this woman what I thought, like, get your kid off the dog harness. I actually got near the kid. The kid goes, I was like, I think we need to get a muzzle on that thing, too. Need some more restraints. I was clearly wrong. They say kids are becoming more violent nowadays. They're blaming the video games. These video games are not violent, folks. A kid sitting on a couch with a remote, twiddling his thumbs on a remote, that's not violent. When we were kids, we had violent games. You guys remember jarts or lawn darts? It's a giant hard plastic dart with a 2-pound sharp metal tip on the end. Nobody knew how to play it. You'd walk outside with your friends, someone would grab one and go, run! Your point, let's play again. Throw it up there. Everything work out all right? Excellent. You have any kids? We're talking about children. 5 kids? Holy crap. Is this your husband? These two knew that was coming. Is this, what? She doesn't have a guy? What? How are you doing this? There's got to be another. What? Huh? Oh, he's home with the kids. This is your night out. Man, they plunked you right, boom, right there. It's great. Are you drunk? A little bit? Have you smoked anything? You want to get as wasted as you just want to. I'm doing that more often. Oh man, I don't know. It's funny. Kids nowadays, like if you watch a kid, because like we had those violent games when we were kids. We used to play rock fight and stuff, you know. Like you watch a kid play nowadays, they got helmet, goggles, elbow pads, knee pads. Not when I was growing up, you know. I had sweatbands and tube socks I pulled up to my ass. That was my protection. I had these little shorts with the white piping. Remember these things? These things are so short, I'd be in the playground with one ball hanging out. I want to play church too. And if you travel with a kid nowadays, if they're like under 80 pounds, they gotta be in a car seat, and you gotta duct tape them in there and put a helmet and goggles and shit on. Not when we were a kid. They threw like 9 of us in the back of the station wagon and hit the highway at 85 miles an hour. You know? I'm trying to get semis going by the car to honk at me by sticking half my body out of the station wagon. Give me one! Dad, why won't they honk? My brother and I, in the back of our station wagon, we would sit in the way back. We could get like the little spare tire out back there and we'd roll it around. My dad would be driving, he'd be like, hey, 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 hey. Move the gas can if you're gonna play with the tire. Pass up another beer, it's gonna be a long trip. Keep them coming. Some of you remember the 70s, awesome. Like this past Halloween, I had like 6 Spider-Man come to my house. Like the costumes, Halloween costumes are amazing now, you know? Little lycra suit, fake chest, you know, little hood, they look like Spider-Man. Not when we were kids. I could go to the department store, I could, you know, be Casper the Friendly Ghost or Strawberry Shortcake. That was it. This thing wasn't even a real costume, it was a little plastic apron we pulled out of the box, a little mask and a rubber band. I turned to my brother, how do I look? He'd snap the mask in my face. They gave you one jagged hole you're supposed to breathe out of all night. I'm trying to score a Snickers bar, this thing suction cups to my face. I'm trying to suck air out of this hole. I'm like, it's cutting my tongue up. People are pointing at me going, oh my God, look, Strawberry Shortcake's bleeding from the mouth. It's pretty gross. My sister tries to use time out with her kids. I watch my nephew, she's like, now Tuck, we use time out. So if Jordan does anything wrong, you just explain to him what he did wrong and you sit him in the chair for a period of time. Okay, that's great. Thanks for telling me. I'm a half hour into watching Jordan, I find him in the kitchen with a bottle of Hershey's maple syrup, just going, yeah. You know what Hershey maple syrup does to a kid? It's like crystal meth. You ever seen a squirrel inside a room in a house? Holy shit. I just got a tennis racket. No timeouts here, we play knockout. Have some beer and pass out. Well, before I leave, I gotta tell you something stupid I did. My wife left her birth control pills out. Not in the original package. I thought they were mints. I ate like 3 of my wife's birth control pills. I was like, ugh. I was like, those mints are horrible. She goes, that's my birth control, you idiot. I was like, oh my God, what are the side effects of this gonna be? I didn't figure it out till I was watching Dirty Dancing. I was like, nobody puts baby in the corner. On a good note, my period was on a regular cycle, so that was nice. Guys, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show.